Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our Season 3, Episode 8 review. That is right, there are only two more episodes after this one, and we all just got to go to a party. Who's excited about that?
Well, no one on the show really seemed to be that excited. I mean, Sherry and Cary a little bit, I guess. I can say that Matt and I
No.
not excited to be invited to this party and watch this party happen. It took up so much time in this episode that it just felt kind of like they didn't know where they were going in this episode, except for Sherry and Cary taking a trip to the cage.
Here's a list of some of the things I would have rather seen on you than this episode. I would have rather seen, Joe just trying all the different food that Love has made at the bakery and offering commentary on that. I would have preferred the ghost of Guinevere Beck just coming and reading, her old poetry for the entire episode instead of anything but this.
It felt like there are other storylines going on this show that are much more important, that have been neglected quite a bit, like the Matthew next door story. It just feels like he pops up every episode where he's getting more tired, more crazy, more obsessed, but he's not really bringing what he should be. But we're going to get into all of that. But before we do, hit that subscribe button. We have 2 more episodes coming up. They will be up every morning. We've been putting up an episode, so be sure to come back tomorrow for episode 9 tomorrow morning.
And also check out our Instagram at Matt and Jess TV, just in case you want to see what we're up to away from the channel. And I guarantee you, Sherry and Cary are not involved in it. It is a much safer and happier place.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So we saw that Sherry and Cary sat down with Love and Joe and signed an NDA that they were gonna all get together and have a night together, until the moment that Joe got nervous about him being with Sherry. Not necessarily because he didn't want to be with her, and he doesn't want to be with her, but more so he was worried that it was going to push Love into a really uncomfortable place that she does not want to be, where she might kill again, which is something that Joe is trying to stop from happening. And it was the thing that ended up with Sherry and Cary pulling the plug on the whole thing and saying, no, we're done. Let us know when you're actually ready. Bye-bye.
This is quite terrifying in itself, that Sherry and Cary apparently have so much experience on this that it's sort of like on Shark Tank, where you hear the wrong part of the pitch and then the shark is like, okay, I'm out. It's like they decided to pull all their offers and just walk away in that moment.
Yeah, they didn't say it straight out, but they alluded to the idea that basically they've been with everybody in town.
Yeah, that's the implication that we got here.
Yeah, they are not new at this. So they knew what the signs were, that they were not okay with it, so they were ready to leave and they left. But later on, Love and Joe have found a way to work this out to bring Sherry and Cary over for a night.
It was a night of something. It was all just sort of waiting for the inevitable car crash here to happen, and some scenes. Cary in front of the mirror. I don't know how to say anything that was involved in this scene in fear of demonetizing our channel.
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of skip over some of the details of this, but the real important detail that I was waiting to come out, which was Love watching Joe with somebody else. That was going to be the moment. I think we all knew that was going to be the moment that was coming, because Joe is already checked out.
Yeah.
But that was the moment that Love couldn't take it anymore. She called the safe word. They went downstairs. They had a talk about it. What was interesting is that it wasn't necessarily Love jealous about Sherry, but that she knows Joe so well that she knows that he checked out and was with somebody entirely different. So everything that Joe has been trying to keep secret, it's done now. Love knows that someone else is involved in all of this.
And thank goodness, in a way, because I don't want to watch a version of You where Joe is just actually quote-unquote smarter than everybody else and he's able to get away with all of this different stuff. It's a better show when there are stakes. And I like that Love realizes what the stakes could be at this moment. Like, she's not able to, like, sit here and pinpoint for sure Marianne at the time of this recording after this episode, but she knows where Joe works. She's probably going to be able to put two and two together before too long here.
Yeah, Love is very smart.
Yeah.
She is going to be able to put it all together. And that, I think, is the thing that Joe really underestimates about Love. So they're having this fight downstairs, and she screams out that she killed Natalie with Sherry and Cary upstairs. So, of course, this turns into a pretty entertaining scene, watching Joe try to take care of Cary, watching Love drag Sherry down the stairs. They are not dead. They are in the cage, and now they are awake, and they are pissed.
I'll be honest. I thought they were dead for a good while here, and I think I don't know
Cary
why.
cannot be killed.
I know that was the thing. Like I thought they were dead, and then it was gonna be that reveal where Cary just like de-zombifies himself in the end and gives us some sort of reiteration of that line. But no, both of them are still alive.
Yeah, this is where we're getting into the spot where Joe and Love cannot stay in this community anymore. No. Natalie's dead. Gil is dead. These two are in the cage. They're gonna probably be dead. There's no way that Sherry gets out of this and doesn't write a blog about it, or Cary doesn't Instagram about it. Like, they're done. When you've been here this short amount of time, like what they've been there now, like 8 months or something.
Yeah.
There's no way that 4 people are dead, and Matthew is next door watching every single thing you do, and it's not going to tie back. Like, this town is done by the end of the season.
Well, for sure. There's about, like, Sherry's a mega influencer, and based on what we have sort of seen, Sherry is the sort of person who would post an Instagram post when she realizes that there's a different set of berries in her neighbor's yard. I think there's not going to be any way that Joe is going to be
somehow she'll get more likes than we do.
Listen, okay, you know what?
Not in Jess TV if you want to help
us. It's a good plug. But no, this is the thing. Nobody's ever going to buy for a split second that Sherry is going to suddenly disappear and be like, I'm off finding my peace away from social media. And I'm sure Joe could like fake it for a while because he's good at that. He's experienced at that. But it only works for so long.
There's no way that they're really going to get out of this. These two are too popular online, on Instagram. They're too well known to just disappear, both of them. I really don't know how they're going to end up getting out of the situation. They really are going to have to find a way to negotiate something with them, but I don't know that they can.
The part of this whole sequence that I found the most fun, and I mean, overall, it's not exactly my favorite episode. I could have done without a whole episode of Sherry and Cary, but the waiting for the signal, the like arm scratching thing, like that was just very entertaining to me because it was just sort of watching every single second, and like the moment that Love and Joe both like almost immediately saw the signal, and it's like everybody in the room at that moment knew what was coming, and they were just waiting to see who made the first move, and then like Cary just starts bolting.
Oh man, that whole part of this episode was very, very entertaining because outside of that whole thing, the episode did fall a little bit flat for me. There was some humor, some uncomfortable moments, and then a lot of stuff that didn't really move anything that forward. And for me, I think the biggest thing that's lacking that needs more attention for me is the connection between Joe and Marianne. I mean, there's a connection there and there's some chemistry there, but it's not strong enough yet for me feeling it on Marianne's side. I mean, she's pushed away so much that it's if this season ends with the two of them running off together, I don't know how satisfied I'm going to be with this.
I'm just not gonna be satisfied. I don't see enough about why Marianne is into Joe, other than just that Joe is somebody who is there and is listening to her and is trying to put somewhat of the best foot forward, but he's also still married. Like, he also still has major hurdles that would sort of stand in the way of it. And so I think that part of it is really, really challenging for me. And Matthew is really, really challenging for me because he should be sort of the big threat. He's kind of the big bad at the end of all of this. And not that he's bad. He's just, he is the biggest threat to Joe and Love, and yet at the same time, the show is just sort of like whistling him by, like he's not that important.
He has barely had any screen time, and he is someone that is really unraveling their lives. And they know about it.
Yeah.
Love knows about it. She has told Joe. Joe is so fixated on Marianne that he is not paying attention to the fact that the neighbor, they both know that Matthew is a surveillance guy. They know about the ring from the beginning of this season. I don't understand why the focus isn't on that more for them. Like this is a threat to Joe's relationship with Marianne. If Matthew comes out and he finds something, he's gonna lose the girl. And that is Joe's sort of focus on everything, which is why he decided to have this Cary and Sherry disaster anyways. He was thinking, listen, this is definitely, by the time you've gotten to this point in your marriage is not on the greatest ground when you're inviting other people in. Yeah. He's hoping that this will be the thing that Love will then distance herself and decide to divorce Joe herself. Instead, it's completely backfired because now Love is even more invested in him than she ever was.
If there was just ever one moment that not just alarms went off in your head, but those like big foghorn noises that ships make? When you are Matthew and you are like having a conversation with Joe, and I know it's, I guess, technically early morning, but it's still almost the middle of the night, and he's out there being like, what's on your car? And, oh, you had to do this at 5 a.m? That is a... That's the boat alarm noise. But that is that kind of moment. That is you pack your bags once Matthew goes inside, and you either take him out or you just drive away as fast as possible.
Yeah, the past 2 episodes, even the past 3 episodes, since they found out about Matthew and neither of them are really doing anything about it, it's all been about Love trying to use Theo to get information. 3 episodes in a row, he's got nothing. Finally, he figures something out. Matthew has sent him away, sort of thing. It's just Joe doesn't care at all that he's about to get found out. The show started out really strong with the first few episodes, and then this Matthew thing was introduced, and it just didn't go where it needed to go. I don't understand why Love and Joe are not more focused and worried about their neighbor who is an expert in surveillance, and they know it, and they know that he's surveilling them. And they're doing nothing. Instead, they're having over Cary and Sherry. The show started out strong. These past couple episodes, they're starting to lose their footing a little bit.
There's so many open threads, and there's just a couple of episodes left at this point, because we do have the what do you do with Sherry and Cary? You have the Matthew situation. What's going on there? You alluded to the fact that, Love is now more into Joe because of all of this, so therefore he is further away from Marianne. We have Ryan being in cahoots with the judge, seemingly, and that's going to screw over the custody situation. That is all going on. I'm not even sure we're really fully done with Love's mother yet. There feels like there's 5 or 6 stories, and I don't know how you land all of those.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're all going to get landed. I do still feel like we're going to lose either Love or Joe at the end of this. I think Love is going to end up at this point, now that she's even more connected to Joe. Joe really wants to be with Marianne. There's no real way to get out of this except one of them has to die. With Sherry and Cary, that's the story right now I'm the most interested in, because I don't know how you get rid of 2 major influencers like that quietly.
Yeah, and I don't know, because it's even if you went to them and it was sort of I know you made us sign this NDA, but we don't care about this NDA. We're going to expose your lifestyle and all that. That. I still don't think that's going to be enough of a deterrent for Sherry and Cary to not say anything.
No, it's not. I mean, we've seen big influencers that they're supposed to be. Big influencers have huge scandals, like Jeffree Stars, like Shane Dawson's, like David Dobrik. Yeah. They've all come back from them. Even James Charles has come back from that. So is this something that would like ruin Sherry and Cary's influence, no, they'll find a way to come back from it.
Yeah, they would totally find a way. It's not like, Love and Joe were around like taking pictures of everything while it was happening. It's just hearsay anyway. But
Yeah.
there's a lot that this show has to do. I don't know if I think if there's going to be a season 4, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if they just sort of scrap everything right now and sort of reboot, whether it is with the Joe or with the Love moving forward. But we shall see. For now, what did you guys think about You season 3, episode 8? Did you like seeing the party with Sherry and Cary, whose names? Yeah, what a thrill it will be when we can able to stop mentioning those names in these videos.
Maybe next episode. There's only 2 episodes left, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're here every day till the end of the show. We're gonna have a new review up.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you here next time.